Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. Be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Once we get connected with our the network, we ready to start the session for today. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, let's take a few minutes to understand why we need to practice and how we need to practice. So it is very important to know yourself when you sit for meditation, when you learn meditation, what is the very purpose of it. It's nothing wrong without a purpose you do this, but still you have to remember this is a practice we do with our own mind. So it is better if you have very clear understanding. Because when you close your eyes, there are some practice they do with open eyes, but here we practice with close our eyes. Once you close your eyes, what happens most of time, your own inside mind start to come against you. Your day-to-day thoughts, your habitual patterns, your desires, this inner current start to come and disturb you. So then the very purpose will help for you to deal with that all. So it's kind of like the purpose always allow you to be in the center, be in the path. move forward without going away because of the current happen inside you. So when we come to meditation, so one of the important thing is we do sitting. There are walking meditation also, but for this session, we talk about this sitting. So your purpose of sitting, it's for awakening. You sit to awake. That is the end result. You sit to enlighten. Always remember that. You don't sit for 5 minutes. So beginners to whoever practice meditation, always remember. There's sometimes when you go to retreats, from the beginning they say, okay, let's sit for 1 hour or 30 minutes. And then let's go to this, that. But always you have nothing wrong with that when it comes to practice point of view. But always you have to remember, especially when it comes to this tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation related to the Buddha's teaching, your purpose should be not about attaining to go into a more kind of like a higher level of this divine realm or existence, or maybe attaining to jhana, or maybe attaining to high mental powers, or attaining to kind of like experience, getting mesmerized yourself, or kind of like seeing something, or to read other people, or the know other people's mind, or gaining kind of like a psychic powers. Those are in the conventional world very validated subjects. But you have to have self-discipline. You have to have a choice when you sit for meditation, because especially when it comes to vipassana meditation, that is why it is cannot done by most of people. Because vipassana meditation, tranquility meditation through our end result, our end goal, vipassana meditation. So when you go to vipassana level, you have to have this logical, critical, analytical, especially this radical mindset. You sit to liberate. And then you take the step by step and tranquilizing the mind. But always, it doesn't matter you sit for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Of course, in this conventional world, time is matter, that is important. But 5 minutes means it's a long time. Don't think 5 minutes is a kind of like something. If you look very carefully, when it comes to time, you have to take it as an opportunity, even 1 minute. And there is a way that look this to build up this everything in the world. It may took like 100 years. But at the same time, just imagine the very powerful atomic bomb, like a nuclear missile, can destroy these things within few seconds. See, the building up, it takes time. So that's mean what samsara is a kind of like you to build up this memory. It takes time. But to get out of this all, it takes only few seconds. So like that, always remember 5 minutes. If you sit for 5 minutes, Oh, you are liberated. You have many chance to attain to Nibbana or the enlightenment. 10 minutes, 30 minutes is a long, long time period. And if you look very carefully, 1 minute tranquilize the mind. And within this 1 minute, especially when you think about the loving kindness and meditation, that every session, we end of the every session, what we do, we think about spreading our mind awareness towards forward, backward, left, right, up and down, and to all 6 directions as far as we can. By the time when you train to expand the capacity, within 1 second, you are capable to expand this mind beyond this planet and even to through this universe. That's why even the modern science also recognize now, by physical power, this physical body cannot understand, cannot recognize this universe. Why? Because just imagine, million light years. Just imagine, forget about million light years, 100 light years to travel through this universe to get into another place. No one going to live here. Even though through the machines we understand the other things. By physical body, we can't achieve there. Just imagine we find another planet, same like kind of like Earth, is has ability to live. Just how about if it is 100,000 light years away? How we can go there? We can't go there, even we find it. So that's mean, but in the ancient time, our ancestors or most of the yogis, spiritual leaders, and the Buddha, and talk about this universe. And how they did that, it is not by physical or it is not by machines. It is through the mind. So that's why when you are capable to get into a 1 minute, if you can be in that 1 minute, it's going to become very, very long time. So that is a one experience you gain when you are tuned to the spiritual frequency, or kind of like when you slowly get out of this tranquility state of mind. You within 1 minute, you get into a timeless space. You can settle down in 1 minute to endless space. Try it. You are capable to understand it. This mind can access to that. So that's why, rather than focusing to 10 minute, 20 minute, 30 minute, how about if you are really, really, really centered to 1 minute? How many times you can practice it? Every day. Just try it. You will see then what it means. So somehow, this sitting, taking a seat to awake, remember then, whatever the time you sit for meditation, because sitting is a very, very common thing for us. And taking a seat is has a deeper meaning. There are situations come. There is a seat reserved to you. sometimes for events, when they invite you, sometimes it reserved to you. Sometimes you can buy a seat. So then how you know in the samsaric journey, in a tomorrow, for tomorrow or day after tomorrow, unconsciously, what kind of seat you brought to you? What kind of seat is reserved already for you? Because there are many seats in the outside world. And sometimes you go to a place, you have to find a seat. So, and at the same time, sometimes you have to ask a seat. In a public place, like when you go to a park or a public place, anybody can sit. But sometimes, like politicians, they fight for the seat. They do all the dirty things and the crazy things and wild things to keep their seat. And when you drive, it's kind of like if you sit on that seat, you are responsible to do something. You are that you have to have certain skills to do that. Just a child cannot sit on the driving seat. They can, but they cannot drive, because whoever, just imagine in case if the inspectors stop your car, and then whoever on that seat, so they are responsible for whatever have done, not the passengers. So the passenger seat, they have different responsibilities. But the driving seat is different. So like that, always you have to remember, it is a position. You always take this in your life every day. And at the same time, when they go to the prison, sometimes there is a chair, electric chair. And some people, their own actions can take to that electric chair. You know what they do, what happened when you sit on that electric chair. And some people have kind of like a very heated massage chair. And when you work and you have certain chair for that, when you do computer gaming, very famous now, this gaming chairs, the game, it's designed to game. So kind of like you have to remember, when you sit in that position, that seat give you some kind of intention. It's pump so slowly. It's inject you to do something. That is what you have to understand. And you are responsible to maintain it. Then just imagine you buy a ticket and you go to a movie. You go to the theater. You have to behave according to that environment. You go for a dinner and you sit with others, and you are responsible to be harnessed with that environment. You can't disturb to that. So like that in the life, you have to look into you and see what is the seat that you already have. Because when you think to practice meditation, you're going to go to a different seat. Then as you know, when you sit somewhere, especially when you go to the theater and if you sit in a place and according to that, the balcony or the front or the back seat or kind of like that, your view going to become different. So at the same time at home, when you sit with your family members, it's totally different. When you just watch a movie just by yourself, you can just you do whatever that. But you can't do it with others when you go to another place. So that's mean that seat, taking a seat is something in our life. So that's why when you practice for meditation, it is a totally different seat. And there are very few people take that seat. And of course, nowadays, the practicing meditation is a very popular subject. People do it for many reasons, nothing wrong with it. But if you sit for meditation, and especially when it comes to Vipassana meditation, that's mean you sit for liberation. You sit for enlightenment. You sit for wisdom. You sit to awake. You sit to end this all interference. You sit to be free completely from this cause and effect. And in that way, it's a kind of like something, it's very interesting. If you can just even just your intention to sit like that, make you, it's create a kind of like a shift inside you. It start to tune to different frequency. So that's why practicing will give you this opportunity. And when you sit for meditation, what will happen? Because when you sit for other reasons, you start to do something, you get ready for things. But somehow, for this, the very first thing, when you sit, at awakening, your mind start to open. Your each and every cell start to open. It's kind of like a open invitation for anything around you. You can't resist anything. That is the very first principle. Remember that. You can't resist anything. You become open to anything. Even the death comes. It's like that. Even the death comes. Once you even just imagine, just imagine, you can try for 1 minute. You sit for 1 minute to be open to anything. Or maybe if there's sound come, or maybe somebody open the door, or maybe there's a call come, or maybe you have to do something, or something happen, but you are not resisting anything. You are open to everything without reacting to that. Even the physically, you start to feel feel kind of like a pain, discomfort, and you want to move a little bit, change the posture, but still you are capable to be. So, first principle, when it not happen when you sit with in other conditions, but here this is the different. When you sit for enlightenment, when you sit to liberate, your seat at awakening has a different behavior. So first one is opening your mind to everything. And the next thing is to, when you open your mind to everything, you become fearless. The fearless doesn't mean you don't have fear. No, no. You have the fear still, like we just ordinary people. We have the fear. But you are capable to handle it. You are capable to go through that fear. That is what here fearless means. When you are capable, even though you have fear, if you are capable to go through it, that fear going to disappear. But if when the fear arises, if you surrender to it and withdraw from the moment, then you can't go through it. So this seat, this awakening seat, this meditation seat will give you the strength and ability to go through any fear in your life. That is one of the great benefit that you can gain and apply to this conventional life. Because we are hold it to fear. Most of in our life, 90% our behavior come with fear. Maybe you can name it. You can apply to any direction. Sometimes you have the fear to face something unknown, or maybe especially one of the fear that we have, that we are so fearful to the higher position. We don't have. So in case if you just imagine, suddenly if you select to some more higher position, suddenly sometimes you say, no, I can't. Oh, I can't. We are afraid to get into a higher position. So knowingly or unknowingly, remember this, even though we try to practice this, we have deeper fear for liberation. That to be free from everything, we are afraid. Understand everything, it's kind of like having the wisdom to everything, we are afraid. We have fear. That is something that hold us from our own liberation. So one day you have to understand it. The conventionally, look, sometimes people are afraid to do certain things. The fear is everywhere. The when it comes to this practice, we have that fear. So what happens slowly when you practice little by little for this meditation seat, awakening seat, this fear start to go away. You become fearless. And by the time you are capable to, you are willing to face with any difficult physical, mental behavior. So you are the one who gained that greater benefit out of it. So that's why build up that. Build up that. And then by the time you become fearless even for the death. See, because most of time that our fear all based with the fear for the death. But now you become fearless. Even the death come, you can be centered within your seat. That is the power of this vipassana practice. And that is where you develop this radical, on the practice point of view, we use this word because sometimes some schools don't like to use this word called radical. That doesn't mean this conventional level of radical, wild, hard mindset, but it's about you are capable to take a different path. Another thing is when you sit, there are few things you do commonly. You settle down. So that's very necessary because our physical, mental, this behavior always running. So you need some settling down. So it gives you opportunity to settle down. Another thing is you are practice. Now you are learn to wait. This is one of the great important skill that you have to have nowadays with it, because with this machines technology, with this gadgetics, we can't wait now. We don't, this new children, new generation sometimes doesn't know the meaning of waiting. They can't. They won't right away. They won't right away. And when they send a text, right away they want the reply. If somebody calls, right away they want the answer. That's how they know that. They don't know, like 20 years back, when you write a letter, it need to go to other side, you are capable to wait even 1 month to get a reply. And sometimes you send a message and it takes so long to, get a reply. But today it's not like that. There are this young generation, even, they send the text message, even before the reply, they reply thinking that person will reply like this. So that's how they are. So that's why waiting is an art. Remember that. You have to learn to wait. So practicing meditation, this seat give you this ability for you. 1 minute. Can you wait for anything? Without creating, without jumping towards, without imagination, without pondering to forward. Can you wait? Because that is one of the major quality, that attitude you have to develop even in the conventional world. So that's why that is something that you develop. You are capable to wait. See, now you become open and you become fearless and you can wait. And other thing is, when you start to wait, another thing, when you get seat, that you get connect with the environment in the present moment. So that is mean this awareness. You build up some kind of awareness with the sitting. So it gives the opportunity for you to understand this physical body, these thoughts, and you are around you. And now you sit, settle down, you wait, and then what happened? You are capable to see your own thoughts arising, arising, arising. So when you see that, what happens, even though maybe you don't know that most of the 90% of your thoughts are repeated. You repeat most of your thoughts. There are very few new thoughts arise in your mind. That's why I say that human life is a habit. It's a result of reactions, repetitions. So now you can see how your thoughts, your mind repeat again and again and again and again. And so that is where you can see how the desires arising with this repetition. So then you are capable to settle down and watch. And in that repetition, sometimes loneliness arise. And then again, next, the boredom arise, restlessness arise. And then suddenly love arise. And suddenly joy arise. And suddenly kind of like fear arise. And then again, kind of courage arise, anger arise. And then again, kind of like comfort arise. So kind of like many, it's a kind of like a salad. These thoughts, moment by moment, different characters arise. So you see it. And you see it. And at the same time, you recognize while you are experiencing this boiling down thoughts, behavior inside, your body calmly responding to inhalation, exhalation. So this inhalation, exhalation happens and the body settles down. But this mind, these thoughts, boiling, 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 boiling. When you see that, you are capable to get back to your center. And sometimes turbulence happens, but still with these thoughts, because now you see the pattern and you are not afraid anymore. Now you are capable to watch it very clearly. You have a very clear vision regarding these thoughts keep coming and going, keep coming and going. Now you can watch it without reacting to it, without go with it or without claiming this is me. It's kind of like you gaining this bird eye view. So rather than this developing the subject point of view regarding your own moment of thoughts, what happened now? You gaining the very object point of view to your own thoughts. And once you have that, that is where you can catch the very behavior of the change. What is this meaning of change? Because the change here, impermanence, this unsatisfactoriness and selflessness, in what we talk in Buddhism doesn't mean this outside, this material change. The change means that your mind, your this five aggregates, form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition, your consciousness, your awareness, your moment of experience change. It is not permanent. So what you feel, what you see, what you recognize, what you understand, what you go through is not permanent. So that is what in the Vipassana level that you understand, not this outside, this expired date you look and recognize this is impermanent. No, this is what. So whatever that you experience, while you are experiencing it, it change. Another thing is there is nothing going to settle down and bring complete satisfaction. And nothing you can claim as you, that what is happening in you. Even though you put a name, this is me, you have identity, and you have a kind of like a label for your own thoughts, and fear, joy, happy, sad, worry, pleasure, this all. And now you see this all, it's all arising and go away, arising, go away. It is a repetition, 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 repetition. You repeat most of the things. And then you recognize, oh, why I hold it to it and thinking, I get hurt. I want to be happy. I want to be joyful. So like that, you are labeling these changeable thoughts, and you now try to give your identity using that changeable thoughts. So once you recognize that 1 minute or, that moment of sitting is going to take you to different level of understanding, experience. So even though we talk so far about this sitting like this all useless. That is what the Vipassana, level of understanding. This all useless. Don't take this anything serious. Throw this all away, because it is 100 years listening. It's totally different when you come to 1 minute moment of sitting and experience it yourself. So if you don't have that, this may not going to help. But this is kind of like a giving you a direction, introduction. It's kind of like a giving you some information. It's kind of like a giving you some kind of taste. So this is like a menu. This is a kind of like a telephone directory. So it's not just reading the directory. You're not going to dial the number. You can get the number, but dialing and talk, having conversation is different. So that's why be realistic. Don't mesmerize your mind with just what kind of like something, because what the Buddha taught related to the Vipassana is not a magic. It is the very raw level of organic level of the very bottom level of ultimate truth that happening around us. But the thing is, look at this eyelashes, so this eyebrows, this eyelashes here, even though it is in front of this eye, we can't see it. We need a mirror. So that is the beauty of the truth. Why? Because it is in front of you, but you can't see it. So even the breathing, look, from birth, 24/7, every day we have it. But when you try to just be aware about it, your mind go blank. That's the normal truth. So that's why by practicing little by little, little by little, try to settle down with this awakening seat. And that is the greatest seat that you can have in this human existence. Even the divine beings will appreciate that. No any other animal can get this seat. And when you go to these circus places, elephants, monkeys, bears, they sit, like us using other chairs. But this awakening seat can sit by only humans. So you are trying to sit, you are trying to get seat. That seat. It has a long history. When it comes to science, philosophy, this human existence. When it comes to liberation, eons by eons, Buddha to Buddha, there's a long history. That's why it's called royal path. So if you take that 1 minute sit, if you get into that 1 minute sit, remember, it's a different level of experience. So with that, now we're going to sit for meditation a little bit. You are going to get your awakening seat. So I hope this information will help for you to be comfortable with that seat. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left hand, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say so patveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. So all the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And when it happens through the sensation, recognize it. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, the stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light and expand the capacity. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ettavatachamehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhammanu dhamma patipattiya buddhang pujemi dhammang pujemi sanghang pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjissami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.